What's up, everybody out in the game universe, and welcome to another episode of Call of Duty Reality Black Ops 2 commentary. I'm your host, Jester, and this gameplay is kind of funny. Now, I'll give you kind of a backstory. My buddy sent me an invite, and I was doing some filming for episode 3 of Call of Duty Reality, and I was like, sure, why not? I'll play. And part of the reason, I just prestiged, and I'm trying to get the gold camo for the MP7, so I don't have the best class set up, and honestly, this class is just silly. Like, you need to get that camo, but you can't use any, if you want to get the gold camo, you eventually have to not use any attachments. Well, that kind of stinks, because I love the attachments. Silencer and the laser pointer, like, those are fantastic. But eventually you're going to have to not use those. So I decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to use a bunch of perks, and I'm going to use sensor grenades. So I want to talk about sensor grenades and a few other things, but sensor grenades, like, when I heard the description, before I ever used them, I was thinking, okay, you can throw this little grenade down, and it will see people if it's in the line of sight of this little grenade. I was thinking, wow, that's really cool. I wonder if this is very useful. Is this going to be something that you can put into a class and use very effectively? So the first few applications that I thought about was, number one, the very obvious application. Okay, I'm running down a corridor or wherever, and I need to know if somebody's in the other room. I want to gain the advantage. So I throw the sensor grenade, and I know where they're at, and I see, and you get like a real-time, the little arrow, like, when you use a VSAT, you get this little arrow that says, hey, this person's here, they're looking this way, and this is like real-time when they're moving and everything. So I was like, okay, I could see this. This could be very useful. So I'm using it, and I think you almost have to use quick hands so that you can get it out really quick and then, get back to your gun, because the effectiveness when you need to use it is very, like, there's such a small window. Hey, I need to get around this corner. I need to know if somebody's there. Click, I need to throw this and get back to my gun. And if you don't use it, I feel like it's kind of almost useless. And I'm not using it in this gameplay here. And I just kind of been thinking about it recently and been like, yeah, I need to try that out to see if that helps its usefulness. The second application I was thinking about was, why don't I just throw it straight up in the air, and then it's, if you're in the air and you're above everything, you'll have a line of sight unless there's a building or something in the way. So I was kind of thinking, like, yeah, that could be very useful. But kind of my issue with that is, like, the idea and the application seem to have a disconnect, and I don't know necessarily why that is. Maybe I'm not using it at the right time, or maybe it's just something's not working. The third application, and this is before I actually used it, and when you throw them, they blow up after a few seconds, give you a hit marker if somebody's next to it, and let you know. But I was using them, and I was wondering, like, hey, well, what if you could throw it on the ground and, like, use it as, like, area denial? Kind of use, hey, this person's coming around this corner, I'll make sure it's like a permanent thing unless somebody shoots it, or you die. So I was kind of thinking, like, hey, that could be really cool. I'm kind of glad they didn't make it that way. Maybe they tested it that way. Kind of like a shock charge where you throw it down and it kind of does its thing until, somebody gets wise to your plans. But it doesn't work that way, and it's good because I think people could use that for camping and having maybe too much awareness, because unless somebody's using cold-blooded, they could, they'll know where you're at pretty much if you're around them. So overall, my feelings on the sensor grenade are kind of like, I need to do some more testing with it to see if it's, like, actually going to be something that I'm going to be using consistently. But as of right now, I don't think it's going to be, like, game breaking or, like, the key item in a class. I don't even think it's going to be a secondary or an afterthought in a class. There's just better things you can do, and I think the opportunity cost is, like, really what sets it apart. Like, you could use shock charges and concussion grenades and tactical insert, and all these options are better because, like, the application, they just work better and they have more specific uses. That's kind of what I'm thinking. A few other, like, another thing that people are using, like, you have the opportunity, like, you could have a shock charge and the bouncing Betty. Well, people have done the next step, and I think this is even better. I haven't actually played around with it, but if you throw a C4 and you double tap reload, it will explode immediately. You won't have to bring out the sender or the receiver or whatever to say, hey, you know what, you need to blow up. So if you double tap, if you throw down the shock charge, like you do in the bouncing Betty and shock charge trap, if you throw it down, people are trained to, okay, well, I might just blow up here, so I'm just going to get on my stomach, wait it out, get up, the shock charge is done, I didn't get blown up, I'm going to go on my merry way. Well, people are so trained to do that now that you throw down the shock charge and they will jump to their stomachs, and then, well, there's a C4 around there. Well, you just double tap reload and they explode. So that kind of thing's kind of cool, and the reason it's cool is because those, the bouncing Betty and the C4 is kind of cool because because, excuse me, because you need to be able to maximize what you can do at any given time. Things like the Dragonfire don't allow you to do that because you have to control the Dragonfire, and you can't run around at the same time. That's why the Sentry Gun's good, because you can run around at the same time, or the Stealth Chopper can shoot people as you shoot people. So it's kind of, you know, two heads are better than one kind of idea. That's kind of my thought on the whole thing. We'll have to see. Oh, and the C4 and shock charge thing is even better because you can throw it on a ceiling or throw it on a wall or throw it, you know, you can be more sneaky with it and be more deceptive. Let's see. I think I want to talk about. Yeah. Okay. So enough with the gameplay. I want to do a few housekeeping things. And I really like doing these gameplays because it gives me the opportunity to talk about, you know, what I'm experiencing new in the game or whatnot, or you know, kind of what I want to do in the future, or other series I want to talk about. Now, I still, you know, I've been talking about doing Call of Duty Reality on a bi-weekly schedule. It just makes it easier for me to do, as well as it makes it easier for me to put out other content. Like there's other games I like to play and want to play and kind of explore different ways to produce videos, and it's, you know, it's just a lot of fun, and I like to kind of see how that would work. Another thing is, like, I definitely want to keep doing that. I don't want to change the bi-weekly thing at all. I was trying to do the weekly thing, and that's kind of a little bit too much because I spend, I don't know, several hours, you know, because I got to capture everything and I got to edit and I got to, you know, do all these things. And I love doing it, but weekly schedule I don't think is going to be the best thing for me, you know, to get the content out to you guys. But I think I want to do is, you know, not necessarily have the episodes come out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday like I've been doing, but have it like more come out over the next 2 weeks. I think that will give me more opportunity to get that done, other things I need to get done, and you know, there's other things I do besides do just the website, and you know, that's other things I got to do. So that happens to everybody, and that's cool. So that's kind of what I'm going to be working towards, I think, is just doing the bi-weekly and then coming out with the episodes when I can, trying to do the Man Mode Mondays, trying to come out with new other games. Bioshock Infinite's coming out. I might start doing like a Let's Play series. I'll definitely be streaming it, so make sure to check that out if you want to check the game out or whatnot. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this commentary. A few videos you might want to check out if you missed them. Call of Duty Reality Episode 2, the show where we compete for real prizes over Xbox Live. We have a Sniz and Updates game. I'm just playing with snipers, getting my feet wet with them, and giving some updates about the site. Man Mode Monday Episode 2. This one is really cool because I'm using just weapons that have blades on them to get kills, so definitely check that out. Always, if you guys want to, you know, like the video or subscribe, it helps other people that might want to check out these videos get the lowdown on it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you online.